right.
Are you in a saucy mood? I thought I saged the place so
I know,
that
that's
you
what
would
I'm
be in a better mood, and it's doing the
What's
opposite.
up with that? Yeah. Why is that?
Okay, well, I'll try again. Maybe it wasn't enough.
I don't know where that came from. The bad aura that just sunk into the room. Yeah, sage me.
It's not me. I'm doing great.
Are you? That's good.
The pits.
Smells like good vibes.
Nice, though, eh? It smells like a campfire.
Mm.
You can put a little bit of this in your campfire. Sage the whole world. Why haven't we been throwing this in our campfires and sage the whole fucking world? Maybe there would be world peace right now. If maybe all we do would put a little bit of sage in every campfire.
No, I'm not gonna kill myself. But if I see somebody robbing a bank, will I try and be a hero and put my life at risk to save the day and go out like that? I mean, hey.
It is funny that like boys will fantasize. I've heard this like when you're
About
like
saving the
growing
day?
up. Yeah, about saving the day. Like when you're in a bank, you're like, if someone came in to rob a place, I could totally take this. I've heard that from multiple men. That's what you like
I'm steering
daydream
there.
about. Whereas like women, I think a lot of women I know, we would fantasize about being like the victim and being like saved. Being like, oh, if I was kidnapped, like would a strong burly cop like rescue me and then fuck me.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Would he? And honestly, he might. Somebody call
I don't think they would.
911.
That's what I'm playing.
Shorty's got me burning on the dance floor.
You're going out. We're all weaving. No one called 911. It's a lesson. Your funeral is a lesson.
How do you think I'll
Call
die?
911 on your friends.
Honestly, how do you think I'll die?
A heart attack.
Fair.
I don't even have to think. I know.
I had one
You
grandpa go out that
are
way.
a overweight white man. You will die of cardiac arrest. I hate to say it, but this is how every man in my life has died. No, some die of cancer, but for the most part. But they're thinner, so yeah. But if you have even an ounce of fat on you and you're a man, you're dying from heart disease. That's just life.
Fair. Well,
It is
I got
fair.
a couple ounces.
Hey, careful with the sage. Respect the sage, man.
Respect the sage, man.
Should we smudge a cross on our foreheads?
It's not Ash Wednesday. It's Pancake Tuesday.
Hey, it's not even Pancake Tuesday
It's
yet.
coming up, though, right?
I know. I'm excited. Do you want to do something?
What is it? Is it next week?
Is it already? No, it's not yet.
Or it's 2 weeks?
I don't know.
Hey, look that up.
When's Pancake Tuesday?
No, it is coming up.
I know it's coming
'Cause
up.
I just saw my nephew today, and he's having Pancake Tuesday at his school, but instead of making the pancakes, they're getting them from McDonald's.
Oh, God.
Yeah, a couple McGriddles for the kids.
That's disgusting. That's not a pancake.
They have pancakes there.
That's a void of a pancake. I know they have pancakes. It's the worst pancake you could ever get. At least Denny's.
That is not true.
Pancakes from McDonald's are terrible.
Well, the McGriddle's not bad.
You can pour, it's a black hole for syrup. You just pour it like this on a McDonald's pancake, and then 20 minutes later, you're like, oh, it's still powder. It's still dry as a bone.
When's the last time you had a McDonald's pancake?
I think I quit McDonald's pancakes a long time ago
Yeah, I
because
think
they're
you're
so
wrong, actually,
terrible.
'cause-
Oh, you think they changed the pancake recipe?
Well,
yeah, McDonald's is known for switching it up.
I hate to surprise you and shock the whole world, but I've had a McGriddle not that long ago,
McGriddle?
which is a chicken one, was a little chicken in the middle, and then 2 pancakes on the outside. That's what they call a McGriddle. And the pancakes on the outside tasted pretty fucking good.
Were they dry?
Quite moist, actually. I'm
Well,
glad
maybe
you
they're
asked.
doing different pancakes now that they have this McGriddle going on.
Yeah, maybe they are. I think we have to.
I feel like it would be harder because the McDonald's pancakes I remember are like kind of fluffy, but just like dry. Now, what's the best pancake you've ever gotten from a place?
I'm not a big pancake guy.
Holy shit. Pancakes, I'm a huge pancake girl. I always celebrate Pancake Tuesday everywhere, no matter what country I've lived in. I've
Wow.
always done Pancake Tuesday.
So you love Denny's pancakes?
No, they're not a good pancake. But like
How about IHOP?
I don't think I've ever been to IHOP. I may have. I can't say for 100% sure if I have or haven't.
You love pancakes and you've never been to the House of Pancakes?
Because again, I was just like, it's probably not going to be that good.
Oh, yeah.
I don't. I
You're
may
so hip.
have. I may
Yeah,
have. But
Oh, they
I
named
would
the
do
whole
like,
restaurant off pancakes. They must
Yeah.
not be that good.
kind of, yeah.
Yeah, I know. You're so hip.
I've
so
done like,
you're
but I've
elite.
done like diners and stuff in America, and they're pretty.
Are you
pretty kick-ass.
an elitist? Even though you're from a broken home and stuff?
I'm not from a broken home, so well, yeah, I guess I am.
Are you an elitist? A little bit?
Well,
You're always like,
no, I'm not. I wouldn't say like me. Like I think
like,
it's no.
the wine we got
no.
is just the most popular wine in Niagara. So like, it's lame that we
I'm
got
still
it.
drinking it.
Or
I'm not
like-
against drinking and eating IHOP,
Uh-huh.
but like, am I gonna go out there and be like, "This is the best pancake"? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Like, that's like saying McDonald's is the best burger. Like, it is what it is. It's a
True.
flate.
It
It
is-
is what
it's like
it
saying
is.
Burger
But
King
like,
is.
yeah, that's crazy. So yeah.
But I would try a burger from Burger King before I make my choice. If I'm a guy that loves burgers,
But I
you
also-
better believe I'm gonna have a burger from Burger
But
King.
like-
Because you know what else? I love
Yeah.
chicken. I love fried chicken. Guess what? I've had Popeyes. I'd have KFC. I've had
That's
Chick-fil-A.
it.
I'm a guy that loves
Yeah,
fried chicken, so I eat all the
okay,
fried chicken.
okay,
You,
okay,
a girl
okay.
that loves pancakes, hasn't
But
even
I'm
went
not saying I haven't. That's
the-
the thing. I'm not saying I haven't, but I feel like it's like I'm sure it would taste similar to Denny's or like any other shitty pancake. Sorry.
A girl that loves pancakes hasn't even been to the International House of.
But that's like saying if you love gourmet burgers and you're like, oh my God, you haven't been to Burger King.
Yeah.
That's kind of like that. I love the best. So maybe I am an elitist. But I also love making pancakes.
Where's your favorite pancakes from?
My own cooking.
Actually, your favorite pancakes are your own pancakes? That's crazy.
So every place I've lived, I would find a way. I would make buttermilk pancakes that were like this fucking thick and like the size of your head, and I would find a way. Like it's been my specialty forever. Is like making pancakes, and no matter where I lived, whoever I was living with, if it was like my turn to cook, or if I had to like be like, hey, I want to do something nice for you, I'd be like, I'm gonna make you pancakes. But I like a thick, like moist pancake. So sometimes you can use like different stuff like Greek yogurt in a pancake. And I would always use buttermilk as my milk. Because some people like a thin crepe, right? That's something different. I
Not
love a
into it.
crepe, but it's not my style. I love a thick American pancake. That's my thing. So I would always be like, how do I thicken these up? You add flour, but that's not enough. That's fluffy. To thicken them up, you have to use buttermilk. But you can't, if you're living on a farm in Australia, if you're living in Barcelona, you know what they don't fucking have? Buttermilk. They've never even heard of it. How do you translate buttermilk to the Spanish boy who wants nothing to do with you because they hate English people in Barcelona? So was Googling, how do I make, I would literally make my own buttermilk at home, which to make your own buttermilk, you add acidic something to milk. So I'd be adding like parts lemon juice to milk. And like making my own buttermilk and like curdling milk and making it in these pancakes, just so I could have fluffy American pancakes in Barcelona or Sydney or wherever I was living.
And now you know, if you're living in a place that doesn't have buttermilk,
You
got a
can
little
make your own
life hack.
buttermilk. You can make your own buttermilk. Oh, I miss making pancakes. It was always like I was always so excited when I'd be making pancakes. I'd have all the toppings too, brown sugar and lemon juice is an English style, or I'd have like fruit or syrup. I'd go out to the store no matter where I was, and I'd get like Canadian maple syrup, and it'd be like $25. I'd be like, no, I have to for the pancakes
Nice.
because they don't even have like Aunt Jemima's.
So yeah. No, I'm really excited to be here today. I'm really happy and feeling great. The sage, wow, got me feeling like so fresh and so clean right now. Like the spirits have been lifted. It's a happy day.
I think if anything, it's proof that sage doesn't work.
I actually feel worse after the sage came out, which is crazy.
Yeah.
But why did that happen?
My best friend, her dog's name was Sage.
Well, I'm sure she's dead now. So
She is.
yeah, I knew it. I felt like Sage was dead from the moment this show started. I was like, "That's what Sage does." Ugh. Because I was feeling fine, and then all of a sudden the Sage came out. your armpits up. Get some down there. Now you get.
This is how I shower every morning.
Now you get turned up.
I don't even touch water. I just put this on my pussy.
Okay, the Super Bowl's coming up. I know you're excited for the halftime. Rihanna's coming back. First show in years.
Do you think she's gonna be good?
I think so. Yeah, I think she's gonna put on.
I think she's gonna be average, and then we're all gonna have to say she's good because it's Rihanna. You heard it here first. I am also going with the Philadelphia Eagles. Glad you chose them. The reason I'm going with them is because the Kansas City Chiefs are in the Raiders division, who's my favorite team, and I want to. And they can go fuck themselves.
They can go fucking suck a dick.
I like the Raiders too. I lived in Vegas, so Kansas can suck a dick.
Yeah, and Eagles, I already won money on this year. I bet on them to win their division, so they've already won me some money.
And I like their pump up song.
Their pump up song, Meek Mill, Dreams and Nightmares.
Play that here. So good.
I actually like that song, but I like the whole build up, and I don't really like when it gets hype after. I love the build up.
I also don't like Lil Yachty's new song for their pump up or whatever his name is.
Oh, Lil Uzi Vert. They
Lil
do
Uzi.
their end zone dances.
Same thing.
I just want to rock.
That's cute, but like it's not better than Dreams and Nightmares. Don't tell me it's the new song. Say, hey, here's another good option. I'll be like, yeah, sick. Like, oh, here's a cute end zone dance.
Like, hey, we're gonna spend 30 minutes in the locker room before the game. We can play 2 songs.
Yeah, but the one we're going out to is gonna be Dreams and Nightmares.
So a couple fun stories that might make you excited to watch the Super Bowl and pay attention along the way, because you're a girl that doesn't know anything about sports. Am I right?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so
like
what would
zero knowledge of
what
sports.
would make you pay attention to or care about players in the game? And I'll try and find some storylines for you.
A great underdog story.
Okay.
A good girlfriend drama story. And a scandal.
Okay, so a fun fact right off the top that has nothing to do with any of those things. First time. I don't want to hear it. No, I'm going to come back to this because I do have 2 things for that. But there's 2 players for the first time in NFL history. 2 brothers are going against each other in the Super Bowl.
Fun. So and then they share a kiss to start the game.
No, but they do have a podcast together, and I think people have said
what are their names?
Jason Kelce and Travis Kelce, and people have said
checks out
that the Super Bowl. I mean, the NFL is rigged. Have you been hearing this? Have you seen this on the algorithm lately?
Yeah. Well, I haven't, but because of you, it is like it's rigged. It's scripted.
So one of the reasons
is because the brothers are facing each other,
and they have a podcast that NFL always posts on their thing. Like they're the only 2 NFL players that they'll always like share their clips and stuff. So it is a little bit.
How is that legal? The NFL is just like putting players' privately owned podcasts. They're sharing it?
Like just a clip from it.
Seems like a conflict of interest.
They're just like, hey,
me.
check out the Kelce brothers talking shit.
I'm going to get my lawyers on this because I'm not sure that's legal.
A little fun little history with these guys. So Travis is the younger brother. Jason's the older one. It's also the coach of the Chiefs used to coach the Eagles. So that's a little fun. Then they're calling it the Andy Reid Bowl. He's a fat guy. He loves cheeseburgers. Everyone loves him in the NFL. Yeah. Now, Andy Reid, when he drafted Travis Kelce, the younger brother, Travis was like a little bit of the bad boy of the family.
Nice.
He has a dating show called Catching Kelce.
Wow.
Where, are
they from the South?
They're from Ohio.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyways, so when
we're gonna show that on a map here.
When the bad boy brother was getting drafted, he calls him and he's like, the coach calls him and he's like, are you gonna fuck up or are you gonna make me happy? You know what I mean? And he's like, I'm gonna do good. I'm not gonna be a bad boy anymore, pretty much. And he's like, let me talk to your brother.
And this was when he was coaching the Eagles.
This is when he's coaching the Chiefs.
Oh, the Chiefs.
But he used to coach older brother on the Eagles because he just switched over.
Oh, okay. And so then he drafts the younger brother.
He's like, hand the phone to your older brother. He gets on the phone with Jason. He's like, Jason, is your brother gonna do good? And he's like, yeah, he's gonna do good for sure. So, and he came in and he's been one of the best tight ends of all time. So the brothers have and the other brother's one of the best centers. Like they both are like elite brothers.
What are their positions?
So older brother is center. That's the guy that huts the ball to the quarterback and usually gets no shine. But he's so good that he actually gets shine in the league. Like
the way he like huts it back with his ass out.
And he's just He knows how to fucking stick that ass out. He knows how to put that ball through his legs.
When he does it, he goes.
And he just has more charisma than usual.
Nice.
For an old lineman.
Is that his only job? Like, what else would he be doing on the field? Like, he huts it back, and then
he has to
like,
block a guy.
Nice.
From getting to the quarterback.
And he does that well.
Yeah, and the center and the QB always have like a really tight relationship. Like,
well, they have
to the point where like they're probably doing some gay shit in the locker room after.
Okay.
No, I don't know about that, but I feel like in my high school, the two.
Now I'm interested.
You knew enough bending over in front of a man. You're gonna
with this.
Now you're interested. Yeah. So you wanted. What's the other thing you wanted? You wanted an underdog story. Okay, so the Philadelphia Eagles, even though they were the best team in the league the whole year, but the little underdog story for them is their quarterback. He got benched in college, like during a championship game when he played on Alabama, just because the second guy, like they thought it was better. So then he went to another school, does great there, gets drafted, but he doesn't get drafted in the first round. And then last year he got benched like the last game of the year because he was doing good, but they wanted a better draft pick. So his like little story has been like all up and down.
Man, no one's believed in him, and he's like, guys, just give me a chance.
And then he's got not only
and now he has his chance.
He has his chance. He also had like pretty much an MVP season. You wanted girlfriend drama?
Yeah. Do I ever?
It's not really girlfriend, but one of the guys on the Eagles, the running back, earlier this year, like an Instagram hoe, outed him on Instagram for messaging her to give him a head before the game.
Okay,
and she said yes, and he played great.
What?
and I bet on him to score a touchdown that game, and he did.
That's the dumbest drama. She's like, you wouldn't believe it. These guys are using their fame to get pussy. And everyone's like, okay. Yeah, it would be weird if they weren't. Right. No, he messaged me on Instagram. Yeah, okay. And then I gave him head. And then I did it.
Okay. But I think she wasn't being like dramatic in the point of being like shaming him. She's just like bigging herself up, like, yeah, he just messaged me for head before the game. Like same way like that other girl. Remember the girl that did it for the Phoenix Suns? Do you remember hearing that one? Mm-mm. This girl that had like a train ran on her by like 8 players on the Phoenix Suns, and she was bragging about it on a podcast.
Oh, really?
We got way different algorithms.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
What's in your algorithm right now? What's coming up?
So much just comedy. It's just comedy. Like stand up. A lot of the dancing ones now that played here.
Which dancing one?
The one that we like sent each other. The call your ex. When they're dancing.
Do you wanna dance?
It's so funny.
Yeah, that's great.
What's not comedy that's in my algorithm? Just like drama. Like it'll be like fashion show stuff or like Kardashian drama, a lot of that stuff.
Yeah, did you see what happened with with Kylie Jenner? She was wearing the same outfit as another girl at some fashion show.
Yeah, like during the show.
Yeah.
Was that on purpose? Like, no, I don't understand.
I think they were a little upset about that one.
But who was upset? The fashion show?
No, I think Kylie was upset that.
But like, how did she not know she was wearing the designer's clothes to the show, and it was the clothes he was showcasing? Like, I didn't really look into it, but I was like, I don't get this. Like, if she's wearing the latest line, like, wouldn't she assume that they're going to be putting it on the runway?
It had a lion on the head. If she's wearing the latest lion, not the latest lion, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And then you're like, is that real for her, or are you lying?
Yeah.
Okay, so mine wasn't good.
Was it a real lion head?
I hope not. That would be absurd.
It looked very real.
They had to kill a lion every time they made that dress. That's so funny.
There's only a couple that they made.
So funny.
Yeah,
if they're like, that's the thing. They're like, we only made like 5. And we only had like 5 lions.
They died of natural causes.
They died of bullets.
They died of natural causes. Look,
they died in a natural way of bleeding from bullets. Sorry, go on.
I was just going to say, look at his face. He's got a bunch of wrinkles. He was an old lion.
Old lion.
Yeah.
Oh my god. That's so funny. Was it real? Yeah.
Yeah, because you're not supposed to wear fur, right? People get upset about that.
No, and people wear it to the 4 Seasons because they're bad. because they are in their heart and soul bad. Yeah, you don't. There's no reason for you to wear fur anymore. Like if you're wearing fur, fucking kill yourself. That's all I have to say. Because it's not like, no, truly.
I don't support that message at all.
Why? You know, it's from fur farms. Like they're torturing animals for it. Like it's not like a native went out and hunted and like used every part of the animal and they're like, oh, I guess I'll use the fur as well. If you're doing that, then carry on. But that's not how people are getting fur. If that's like the image you had in your head.
No, I had no image in my head. I didn't.
Here's
even think
an
about
image: torturing animals, tiny cages, life of suffering, like, and then fur coats.
Okay, that's terrible.
Okay, that sucks.
But I don't think every fur coat's made that way, and I also don't think. And
Are
I
you
also
serious?
And I also am more confident. I'm actually more confident that most of the people wearing fur coats don't look into how they're made.
Okay,
So there you go.
that doesn't make it right.
It doesn't make it right, but your whole reason for not wearing fur coats is because you're aware of how they're made.
It's 2023. You can look up how fur coats are. You're really that ignorant that you're like, why do people keep throwing paint on me? Doopy doopy doo. Come on.
You think people get paint thrown on them everywhere they go in a fur coat?
People get paint thrown on them when they wear fur coats.
Yeah, once in a blue moon.
No, it's been happening for decades. Since fur coats were invented. So you, at this point, if you're wearing a fur coat and you don't know the controversy about fur coats, you're a fucking moron.
Fair enough.
Thank you.
I don't know. I think, yeah. I kind of feel like I probably know people that have fur coats,
That's fine. They're bad people.
or they just not looking into it.
Or they
like
just
you.
don't like animals, in which case, oh, right, they're bad people.
Or they just don't look into it.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So that's like.
Because they're bad people.
Is that a bad? So everything you have to look into.
No, I know.
Like,
This
I'm sure
is
if
the
we-
whole argument. I know literally everything in my house has been made from child labor. Like, I get it.
Yeah,
But,
I
like,
think if
at
you
the
looked
same
at, like-
time, like, you can cut out a fur coat. Like, that's the thing. It's like, I get, like, you have to make choices. And, like, a fur coat can be a very easy choice. Like, I'm not going to support that because it hurts precious animals.
Yeah, that's fair. And you don't even eat meat, so you're pretty good.
I know, right?
I only eat animals that have been treated like fucking kings their whole life, and then they kill
You
them.
only eat house pets.
and then
I like the house pets from the nicest families.
Yeah.
You're like, what kind of life this dog has? They're like, oh,
he's been loved.
man, we celebrate every birthday. We we take him to the puppy spa. You're like,
He's in
yeah.
the family photo.
You're like, he's gonna make a great meal.
Can I see his picture on the menu? Thanks. I did watch the menu. You watched the menu.
I did too. I liked it.
It was
It's all about art. Do you get it?
yeah. Do you get it?
Do you get it? Because I feel like some people didn't.
Yeah, I got it. I think I got it. It was like,
You definitely got it.
yeah, people that are taking advantage of nice things.
What?
They
That's not
get,
it.
they get
You
murdered.
didn't get it at all.
They get murdered for not appreciating shit.
You're like, I think I got it. Yeah, some people like eating good food. And they have to die. I'm like, what?
Yeah, I just honestly just made me feel like a cheeseburger. Like, it made me feel like eating one, and also that I am one.
Made me feel like a cheeseburger.
Yeah. Remember Jughead? He loved cheeseburgers. That guy would
Yeah,
go
he'd
ham
be
on
like
a couple-
sniffing them through the air, like floating like a little
Yeah. If you had to fuck Archie or what was the other guy's name?
Reggie.
Reggie, who would you fuck?
Reggie, I think.
Okay.
He was the rich one, right? But dumb? No, that was Moosehead.
Yeah, Moosehead was alright too.
He was it. I feel like you could have really related to Moosehead.
Yeah. Definitely.
I feel like if we were casting, who am I? Am I Betty or Veronica? Or am I Reggie's sister, whatever, Alexandra?
Can I give me a moment to look up the cast of Archie? Because I remember Betty and Veronica, but I feel like there's somebody else that you'd be.
Oh, am I like the ugly one? Wow. I know which one you're going to pick. Ethel or whatever her name is.
No, I don't even know.
I've
the
ruined
name.
the joke. It's fine. You don't have to call me ugly now. I loved Archie comics.
Ethel wasn't bad. You might be Midge.
Oh, Midge. That's who it was. Who's Ethel?
That's Ethel.
Who?
The one that has Ethel under her fucking name.
This isn't... Who's the ugly one?
Yeah, none of them look ugly, so just calm down.
No, there was one that was ugly. Yeah, see?
Oh, that? No,
yeah.
I wouldn't say that's you. Come on now.
They really, which
You might be this slut over here, whoever that is.
I think...
Or that. That's probably you. This one.
That could be Katie Keene. I'm not 100%. That one. Oops.
Yeah.
If I was Katie Keene, there was a Katie Keene at our school. And I was like, no one else and from my generation read Archie. Mm-hmm. And then when I found out there was a Katie Keene at our school, I was like, are you serious? Because she had her whole own comic.
Oh, wow.
And everyone, I was like, this girl's name is Katie Keene. And everyone was like, okay. I was like, she has her own comic.
That's crazy.
No one got it. I was like, oh my God.
That's funny.
And that a lot of people actually say that Katy Perry kind of stole Katie Keene's style. There was used to be memes of all of the outfits that Katie Keene would wear because her whole thing was like these crazy fashion outfits, and then Katy Perry would have like the exact same ones.
Is Katy Perry's real name Katie?
It's Catherine.
There you go. She probably did steal it. Fucking bitch.
Yeah.
Let me pull it up. I want to see the comparison.
Katy Perry, Katie Keene.
Holy shit. Yeah.
Oh.
It all checks out. Katy Perry is a hack. She stylized herself off somebody in a comic book.
But Beyonce stole her look. But that's already been outed on a podcast.
Who did Beyonce steal his look?
Another black artist that ended up not really making it, but like fully stole their look and their vibe and their music video.
Really?
Yeah, I saw it. See, because sometimes black stuff comes up on my algorithm. I think because I'm hanging out with you.
Is that why? It hears my voice around here, and they're like,
kind of, because now I like know black comics, and like their podcast will come up, and I was like, oh, interesting.
Like who?
I don't know. I'll like send you the clips. The Wildin' Out guys, like their podcast. And
oh
stuff
yeah.
Yeah.
North of 85 or something. Like 85 South, I think that's what it's called.
They're really funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, you should look up at that later. But we're not going to talk about it because someone else already has. And if you're interested, just look up their podcast because I'm not going to steal content from black people.
Whose podcast was it?
It was. It could have been Charlemagne and them maybe discussing like because it was like a guest was like telling the other person about it. But I'm sure it's a famous enough clip that you can just look up podcasts like Beyonce stole someone.
Did she steal the look right away?
Yeah,
I'm
that's what made her famous.
Destiny's Child days or
no. When as soon as she did her own, she was like, I want to look like this person in this music video, and they like created it. And then, but I don't want to talk. Look it up.
Okay, let's talk about this room tip. So it was Friday night. There I was, nothing to do, nothing but time, and I was like, okay.
What song is that?
You can say it again.
Oh, I thought you were doing a song. You're like, nothing to do, nothing but time. I thought you were saying lyrics to a song.
No,
you're like, it's Friday tonight, nothing to do, nothing but time. I was like, bars.
I'm just very poetic, unmistakably. I thought you were about to bring out to it's Friday night, and I feel all right. Parties here on the west side of Toronto, and it was where I was. Anyways, so I was like, okay, I'm just gonna finish off this Shroom chocolate bar I had. There was 4,000 milligrams in it, so I think I had about half, so I think that's probably like 2 grams.
Okay, I don't know Shroom math.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
You know Shroom math.
I don't even think that's Shroom math. I think it's just milligram
math. Oh wait, it's just math.
Yeah.
Then I still don't know it.
Because a milligram is what? 1,000
grams. Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah.
But
anyway, so
you either did 2 grams of shrooms or 20.
So here was the plan. The plan was take some shrooms.
I killed a man.
Take some shrooms and watch the menu. I took some shrooms, and as they started to hit, I was about to put the menu on, and I was like, I'm fucking way too scared to watch this movie. Mm-hmm. I'm too scared. I'm not ready for it. So then I'm like, let me just watch a fun cartoon instead. So I put on what I did was I Googled best Pixar movie to watch on shrooms. the first thing that came up was Bee Movie, which is not even a Pixar movie. So I'm like, if that's the number one suggestion, like it must be sick. It's a DreamWorks movie.
If Bee Movie's the number one Pixar movie to watch on Shrooms,
I'm like,
and Pixar didn't even make it,
crazy.
yeah, I have to watch it.
So, and I was not disappointed. I was watching it and I was tripping, and I was tripping, getting stressed out about how well written that movie was. I'm like, this is so.
You're like, I'll never achieve this.
So I'm watching it, and I know it's Jerry Seinfeld's voice, but I didn't realize the whole movie was written by Jerry Seinfeld. And the reason I kind of clued in on that is because every scene is just one layered joke. Like it's just like the whole movie is one long joke. Like, and then a bee would do this, and then what if a bee would do that? You know what I mean? Like it's not said like that, but that's how the story is told. I was like, this is a Jerry Seinfeld joke. Written into a movie, and I was so impressed by that.
Yeah,
I'm like, this is fucking sick. Like, wow, it was just the way one scene bled to a next. Like it was like this thing starts up, and then you're automatically there the next day. I don't know. It's so hard to explain. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
I do get what you're trying to say.
He goes to sue. Okay, so the big plot in the movie is a bee finds out that humans are making honey with bees, and they owe them all this money. So he sues humans.
Okay, well, I really wanted to do Shrooms and watch this, but
so
is
stop.
this gonna ruin it? Yeah.
Okay,
But you can just still tell me about your love of this experience.
Yeah. So I loved it. It was great. I was watching it. I was like stressed out how good it was. I was sitting in my bed. I was lying down. And I'm like, oh my god! Like this is so sick. It hurts. It stresses me out how sick this is. And then I'm like, how am I gonna? So when the movie came to an end, I was like, that was so sick. But how am I gonna follow that movie? How can I follow the Bee Movie? Because that was so good. The colors, the visuals, the storyline, the way one thing would go to the next, how funny it was. It was perfect. It was perfect.
Yeah, you're definitely not thinking the menu at this point. You're like, I
No.
want to live in this beautiful.
I definitely wanted to keep it.
Colorland.
I wanted to keep it animated for sure. And then the next suggestion that comes up is Pinocchio,
The new
one by Guillermo
Del Toro.
del Toro.
Ooh, so this could be a bit spooky.
Could be a little bit spooky. And I also was like, oh man, this is a little bit of a weird one to go to. But earlier in the week, I had just talked to who do I have on? On the Jammies He Does It show, I had Scotty IV on, and we were talking about the Netflix awards, and one of the things nominated was Pinocchio. All the other movies were not animated, but this one was. And I'm like, well, that's weird that Pinocchio is nominated. Like, how sick must it be? So I'm like, and I saw it was nominated for an Oscar as well. So I'm like, why not watch an Oscar nominated fucking animated movie right now? So I got into it, and as I got into it, I decided to record some of my voice notes along the way. So do you want to hear them?
This is specific to Pinocchio?
This is just while I was watching Pinocchio.
Okay.
Because Bee Movie, I was so stressed out by how good it was. I couldn't even move. I really couldn't even move. I was like, I'm like, oh man, I have a thought right now, but I couldn't even move. It was so it was so engaging. It was so engaging.
That's crazy because we actually have Jerry Seinfeld right here to come talk about Bee Movie.
It was great. Jerry, for all you've done with Seinfeld, amazing. But Bee Movie, incredible to watch on Shrooms.
And now I want you to watch Seinfeld on Shrooms to see if you have the same reaction. You're like, oh my god, it's about nothing.
Oh my god, how did they?
It's brilliant. The way one scene just has nothing.
Seinfeld is good. He's good at jokes.
Yeah.
Can we give it to him?
Oh yeah, he's a great writer.
He's great at jokes.
He's a great joke writer.
Yeah, and the whole movie is a fucking long ass joke.
Yeah.
And
so now I know the joke is: what if a bee found out that we were making honey? We were making money off of honey.
Trust me, that's just one small part of everything. And but while I was watching it, I'm like, this is like a Seinfeld joke. I'm like, did he write the movie?
Of course.
Or was he just a voice in it? And then I Googled it after, and it's like, no, he wrote it, and he also wrote an apology to people because it was so adult, that movie, that it's obviously kids are gonna watch a cartoon movie.
That was like Ants, because Woody Allen wrote that, and it was like very adult.
Well, I should circle back on Ants.
Yeah, because it came out at the same time as A Bug's Life, and everyone was like, cool, 2 insect movies for my kids. And
Yeah.
then A Bug's Life was by Pixar, and then Ants. Everyone was like, "What the? Why is he raping his daughter?"
I almost circled back on A Bug's Life too. I heard that one's good to watch on shrooms as well. And I got another suggestion from somebody else to watch.
From me, but you didn't take it.
No, not from you. You don't even know what I'm about to say.
I know, but I'm saying I gave you a suggestion, and you were like, "Garbage."
What was your suggestion?
Exactly.
What was it?
Exactly.
No, but what was it?
Check the receipts.
Checks. So
I said check the receipts.
I don't. We're recording on my phone. Just fucking say it.
It was Doctor Strange.
Okay. So do you want me to tell you? I did start watching Doctor Strange. There was so much going on right away that I'm like, this is so insane that I'm not gonna be able to handle this movie. All the fucking multiverse of madness. I'm like, no. I'm like, visually, it's
You were
gonna
like
be sick,
that, yeah.
but
I guess you can't follow B movie with Doctor Strange. You really have to be new. I just know I watched Doctor Strange on shrooms. Oh, you know what? Maybe this is it.
the old one or the new one?
Oh, what's his face? Benedict Cumberbatch.
Yeah.
Or
There's
whatever his
two.
name
There's
is.
the
I know
first one, second.
the first one.
Yeah, the first one would be great. The second one's
Oh, you watched the
multiverse
second
of madness.
one? I didn't mean that one. That's the one you watched?
No, I didn't. I got like 5 seconds in, and I'm like, I got like 2 minutes in, and I was like, no, this is too much.
No,
No,
I
the first
don't
one I've
even
seen
think
already.
that one's good. Yeah, I know, but
You're just saying watch it on shrooms? Why are you getting mad right now?
because I didn't say, hey, here's a new original movie for you to watch on shrooms. I said, here is a great suggestion of a movie you should watch on shrooms. And you know, I'd seen it already. And when you're watching it on shrooms, you're seeing it for the first time.
Yeah, okay, I agree. I'm not gonna fight you on that. But I did think you were suggesting the new one because it just came out on Disney Plus. Like,
No, that
pretty
one's like
recently.
scary or something. I would
Yeah,
never.
there's a bad Doctor Strange in
I
it.
don't even think. That's like, no, I don't.
Like,
that would be terrible.
Right away, there's so many universes going on
No,
that I'm like, I can't handle it.
No.
So-
No. The other one, it's like a little bit of a slow, but then the visuals, you're like, holy shit.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
like
yeah.
perfect for shrooms.
Nice.
Because it is like, but I liked that I had seen it already because I watched it with someone who had never seen it and they're like, what the fuck is going on? But they enjoyed the visuals,
Yeah.
but they were like, the actual story, they're like, what the fuck? But I'm like, I knew the story. So I was like, oh, this is easier for me to follow and I'm enjoying the visuals this time.
The one thing about when I'm on shrooms, I don't think I like to look at human faces.
Me either.
I think I
no,
like
but we've
cartoons.
argued about this because you like love looking in the mirror on shrooms.
Yeah, my own face. I don't like.
Did you just reveal yourself as an alien?
No, I mean like.
No, I said human faces.
No, I mean when I when I watch a TV show or a movie, I want it to be a cartoon when I'm on shrooms.
I completely agree. But like,
So why'd you serve up Doctor Strange as your
it
suggestion?
honestly wasn't that bad because there's so much of like, ooh, that you're like cool, and there's like capes and like patterns.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it's not like you're
Just
like,
capes. That's
yeah,
fine.
because I've watched like just a regular movie on shrooms, and I'm like, F this.
Right.
Like it's terrible. You're just like, now I'm watching spooky monsters like pretend to be humans.
Yeah.
This isn't that because it is still like fantasy. You're like, okay, silly fun times. Like it's okay.
Either way, B movies a must.
Yeah. Cartoons in general
I don't
are
know,
the best. Like
like-
I'm so happy you found cartoons in Pinocchio. Like that's
Here's the thing, like I don't know if Pinocchio would have gone over as well if I watched it first. I think the B movie had me so jazzed up that I was like, man, like that was such a sick movie that like whatever followed it was going to be okay. And Pinocchio still did its job because Pinocchio was like, this is like, it was emotional and stuff. I don't know if I would want to start my trip on the emotional, sad stuff. You know what I mean? The B movie had to build me up with some fun before I went to like digging in deep on an Oscar-winning storyline here. I'm calling it.
But
it
Guillermo
doesn't-
del Toro always that is his thing is telling the story of the outcast because that's how he felt. So every movie you'll find that is a theme. So that is a tough watch if you're on shrooms.
So do you want to hear some of these voice notes?
Hell yeah.
So picture this.
You're just making me want to do shrooms and like watch cartoons now.
Yeah. I want to do it again. No, like
Let's quit our job.
I don't know, like obviously it's nice to do shrooms and acid or whatever psychedelics you like with a friend. But man, it was nice to just because I've only done shrooms by myself once before then. And it was when I just called off an engagement and I needed I wanted to like go inside myself and get some answers, and I did. And I did. And the answer I got on that trip was I'm not making a decision to be happy. I'm making a decision to like get shit done. And this time I got the answer that I gotta fucking drop the name Jam Easy in comedy because it's slowing me down more than it's helping me. Mm-hmm. Anyways, doing shrooms by yourself, sometimes you have your internal it gives yourself a chance to think. When you're with somebody else, it is fun. It's always fun. But it's great to give yourself. Have you ever done psychedelics on your own?
Yeah, but I never did enough. So it was just like, I did it for New Year's because I was like on my own for New Year's last year. And I just was like, I'm just going to do a bunch of shrooms and have a great trip. And it was like a mild New Year's. So I did shrooms and walked down to the lakefront. And unfortunately, it just like wasn't enough. And I was like, it was like a few cool visuals. And I was like, I was really hoping to get a breakthrough here. And then I was just alone on New Year's with not enough shrooms. Right. It was just enough shrooms to be sad that I was alone on New Year's doing shrooms.
Well, so this is to set up where I was at when I started doing these voice notes. I had just been so stressed out by how good the B movie was that I couldn't even move. Now I'm like, Pinocchio, it's a little slower. I'm having some time to think, okay? That's where I am. I'm lying in my bed. I'm watching Pinocchio.
My internal dialogue is so good right now, I can't even keep up with it. Yo, Pinocchio just took a crazy turn. And I'm like, what?
Did you want... So, there's a bunch of like 10-second ones, so like we can stop as we go, but... What are you thinking so far where I am at?
You haven't really told us anything that's going on. You're like, my internal dialogue is so good. Pinocchio just took a crazy turn.
What?
Not so close.
Did Pinocchio always have such a fucking dark beginning? Like, is this always how, like the classic tale of Pinocchio, is this how it always went? Did I miss this part? Did I forget the beginning?
Okay.
Jiminy Cricket is fucking sick. Yeah, like how do you rewrite Pinocchio in an interesting way? Well, fucking looks like they figured it out. Looks like they fucking figured out a new angle.
When I was watching it, I was like, is this how Pinocchio always went? Like, I have to rewatch the old Pinocchio now, too, because... I don't like. They must have retold it in like.
What was the dark part? Well, actually, I want to watch this.
Watch it. You should watch it. Everyone should watch it
because I do like Guillermo del Toro. I went and saw his museum of his houses when it came to Toronto, and it was amazing.
What's another thing that he's done? He's on The Shape of Water. I didn't watch it. What else?
Amazing. He did The Orphanage, and he did the one about the little boys' school and the bomb, the devil something. And he did Hellbender, and he did
Hellbender or Hellboy?
Oh wait, Hell, the one with the guy with the stuff.
Hellboy.
I
didn't know that was him too.
He does a lot of random ones. He also will help with people's stuff too. Oh, he did Mama. He did.
Mama was weird too, right?
Because it's always, and so two themes. One is the outcast, and the other I noticed on my own because I did really go through his museum and the houses and stuff. It's like, because he has 13 houses. He's very like cool, right? Like he's like, ooh, I'm spooky, I'm cool. And he obsesses over Frankenstein. That's one thing, because Frankenstein's an outcast. And so they say that. They're like, this is his thing. His thing is outcast. But one thing I noticed in his movies is someone always finds peace in death. A lot of his characters will find comfort in their death, their own death. So that's a little kind of spooky, weird thing about his movies. Well, The Orphanage is my favorite, though. That's the first one I ever watched. It's in Spanish, and it's so good. But now I kind of just want to look up his movies to the devil.
Okay, look up his movies. I'm going to keep playing some of these as we go, okay? And
I just want to tell you the one that I am so... Oh, Pan's Labyrinth. So good. The Shape of Water, Hellboy, Pacific Rim. Okay, well, he wasn't a big part of that, obviously, because it's fucking garbage. Crimson Peak. Again, for some of them, he's just like, because Crimson Peak, I don't think was officially his. You can always tell when it's like officially his because it's like stunning in Spanish. Sometimes he's just like an advisor or the visual guy or whatever. Antlers and The Hobbit. See, that's the thing with The Hobbit. It wasn't like his movies. He was just like the visual director or whatever.
I gotcha.
Wait, I just want to tell you the one devil one that is super. That it was like his first breakout one. The Devil's Backbone.
Never heard that one. I'll check some out. He does good stuff. I remember the Shape of Water won an Oscar, didn't it?
Yeah, I watched that. I watched that on a plane, and I really liked it. All of his, I bet, would be great on shrooms. All of his, I bet, because he is so visual. Like, it is like, that's his thing, is like, he's gonna tell a spooky, slow story, but you're gonna be like, holy shit, this is stunning.
Because okay, do you think puppets are scary?
No.
Oh, really? Okay.
You do?
I think almost everyone does. Yeah, I think puppets are known to be scary. Like, they've made lots of horror movies.
I know they have, but I've never been scared by a puppet. Have you?
Personally, if I walked
have you been scared by a puppet?
if I walked into a room and there was a puppet like sitting on a shelf
Yeah.
and I was sleeping in that room, I'd be like, I don't want that puppet looking at me all night.
I'd be like, hey, get in bed with me, little guy.
Whoa,
Like, hey,
you're nuts.
cuddle up.
At this point, I don't even need Pinocchio. I'm really, I would love to just see a fucking lifelong tale of Jiminy Cricket.
Jiminy Cricket is so sick in this movie.
That's so funny.
If there's one thing I can say, like, he could have carried the whole movie and I would have been fine with it.
You were sending me limited text messages, but the ones that you were sending me, you're like Jiminy Cricket, and you were also spelling his name so wrong.
It was auto-correcting to that.
Oh.
How would you spell Jiminy?
I think, isn't it? Well, first of all, it's one word, Jiminy.
Yeah.
Jim.
Yeah.
I think we can all agree on Jim.
Jim. Yeah. I'm in on Jim.
I.
Yeah.
N.
Yeah.
EY.
Okay, so yeah, that's pretty much.
But what were you typing? Because
Jimini. Jiminy.
No, you typed it as like two separate words.
You asked me what I typed it as, and then it auto.
Oh, because I was like, what is this spelling? I do kind of want to find it.
It was Jimi space Ni, I think. Jiminy.
You put in Jim Mini Cricket.
That's what it autocorrected to.
I know. But I was like, does he think that's his name? Is Jim Mini?
Jim Mini Cricket?
He's a mini cricket. He's Jim Mini Cricket.
Right. That makes sense too.
Great writing, or do I just not remember Pinocchio? Like, was Pinocchio always fucking sick like this? This movie has a lot of heart. I knew it was gonna have heart though. You're gonna win an Oscar for animated thing. You gotta put some fucking heart into it.
And that's facts.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, it's making it seem like this movie is gonna be about Jiminy Cricket, and I'm fucking in. Like, but I'm sure Pinocchio's gonna come show up and.
Nothing.
Empty bottle.
It's scary. Geppetto's scared, so am I. Puppets are scary. Puppets are scary in general. B-movie wasn't even giving me a second to think, but fucking Pinocchio. Goddamn. I'm thinking too much watching this one.
Do you like to have a lot of thoughts when you're on psychedelics? Or do you want your brain to calm down sometimes?
Oh, calm down is nice.
Yeah.
And if I want to enjoy myself, then
Yeah.
no thoughts, please.
Because really, like, when I was watching B-movie, I was like, holy fuck, I can't even think right now. It's like the way they move one scene to another in that movie is like,
Yeah.
it's kind of like Family Guy when they'll bring something up and it's already on the next, you know what I mean? In that sense. But it was tripping me the fuck out. But Pinocchio moves slow. and yeah, the reason I brought up like when the puppet comes to life, Geppetto gets scared, and I'm like, yeah, because puppets are fucking scary, and if a puppet came to life, it would be scary. Mm-hmm. You're looking at me like I would fucking play with him.
Mm-hmm. I'd see what he had to say.
I could definitely do without the singing in this movie.
Is there songs?
There is songs,
Oh,
and that, but I don't know if it's just the shrooms we're talking, but it made sense after because it's like a puppet comes to life and he's like scaring the fuck out of Geppetto, and then he's like kind of like, okay, that actually makes sense. And then I'm gonna talk about it in this, but like 2 minutes later, Jiminy Cricket tried to break out into a song. I'm gonna ruin the movie now.
No, don't tell me that. I just ask, are there songs?
Benicio del Toro.
Benicio del Toro.
That was me hating on the singing.
Is Benicio del Toro in the movie, or
No.
that's who you thought?
I said the name wrong. Obviously, I think I said Gamicio. I still said it with a G.
So funny.
Wait, let's go.
Benicio del Toro.
I could definitely do without the singing in this movie. Just skip this part. Benicio del Toro.
Yeah, I said Gamicio.
You said Gilmicio del Toro.
Gilmicio del Toro. Could have done without the singing there, Gilmicio.
Oh, that's brilliant. Gilmicio del Toro.
Oh.
And Jim Mini Cricket.
Yeah,
He's a mini cricket.
He's a mini cricket.
And his name is Jim.
Gilmicio. Thanks a lot, Gilmicio.
Gilmicio del Toro.
Thanks for the songs there, Gilmicio.
Oh my god.
I'm really hating this singing, but maybe like he needed to do this. Or like there must be a reason for this. Okay, I think I get it. But if another song breaks out, I'm not gonna get it. But like, if it is right now, like the fucking puppet is coming out all scary and singing songs as if it's like a kid's movie, but then Geppetto's real reaction would be like, yo, what the hell's happening right now? That's how I was feeling. It's made a lot of sense. Right before Jiminy Cricket was about to break off into a song, right after I said that, and he gets smashed against the wall, and I was actually going to be in for that song too, but now I'm like, goddamn, no, this guy knows exactly what he's doing with this movie. I'm just going to trust his hands and steer this fucking ship, yo.
Yeah, that's when I got ultimate trust in Gilmicio over there.
Gilmicio del Toro.
When the first song broke out, I was like, fuck this. This is going to be a singing movie. And then when the second song broke out, I'm like, oh, no. He knows exactly what the fuck he's doing.
Yeah.
It's not like...
This ain't his first rodeo.
It isn't. It's not a single.
Gilmicio del Toro's first rodeo.
There's a real purpose behind
He's
the song.
Oh, you wanted a dark reimagining of a cute film? Then strap the fuck in.
And he got it. He fucking nailed it. He nailed it. There's a couple more. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Is Pinocchio like this, or did this guy just have like a cool new take on Pinocchio? I think that's what he just did. I think it was fucking sick, yo. Like, way to go. This guy needs an Oscar, yo.
He's got him.
No, I really think he's gonna win for best animated for this one.
Oh, it's nominated.
It's nominated.
Oh, okay, right.
He's
right,
gonna-
because they're just doing it now.
Like I've been announcing it on stage at multiple shows that he's gonna win. Ever since I watched it on Shrooms on Friday night, the last two shows I was on, I was like, by the way, if you guys want to know something, Gilmicio del Toro is gonna win a fucking Oscar this year.
For Jim Mini Cricket's performance in Pinocchio.
Yeah, and Jim Mini is gonna win best supporting fucking cricket.
Mini Cricket, known by Jim.
Sometimes when you think you're gonna hate something, you just gotta give it a chance to fucking prove you wrong. Because, yeah, boy, like, this movie really is fucking... It really fucking threw me for a curveball on how fucking good it is. Oscar award-winning fucking, or Oscar-nominated fucking animated for a reason, yo.
Yeah.
And isn't that the truth? Sometimes you think
your
you're
whole
gonna say,
vibe?
yeah.
Sometimes you think you're gonna hate me, but you actually love me.
You actually fucking love me.
This has probably been said already, but yeah, a kid gives you a reason to be happy and a reason to worry every day.
Is that not true? Has it been said already?
Sure.
That's because I'm like, you get a puppet, you bring this puppet to life, and it's like, sure, like it's cool.
Okay.
I have a puppet now, but it's like he's your kid. He's like,
I feel like that's such a basic thought.
which is why I started off with
You're
this is
like,
probably been said
wait,
already.
like water can be hot or cold.
A kid gives you a reason to be happy and
A kid can
worried
give
every
you
day.
a reason to be happy and a worry.
Yeah,
So think about that.
think about
you know?
that. You guys ever thought about that?
Have you even thought
Every
about
time
that?
something like stresses me out a little bit in the movie, I feel like having a chip, and maybe that's like some psychological stuff, because maybe that's why I'm so fat.
I stress eat for sure.
I know stress eater was a term, but in like real time, like a stressful moment happened, I'm like, I need a chip. I didn't know it was like bang on like that.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
Like
comfort.
instead of feeling a feeling, like stress or sadness or scared, you eat. I'm not even joking. Like that is the sickness, I guess. That is why I'm fat. That's crazy, dude. I'm literally just eating to not feel feelings.
It is funny to hear children cheering in the back while you're like, I am just eating to not feel feelings, and this is a sickness. And these kids like, yay, papa da pa da, papa's here.
Yeah. Every time I got scared in the movie, I was like, I just have, and the chips were in the next room. Like I would have to get.
Oh,
up to
you
get
couldn't
them.
even get them. Well, that's
But I-
good if they're beside you. But that's what I do. Like when I'm on shrooms, I'll be like, no food, no food, no food, no food, and then binge,
Yeah, you binge
because
it
I'm
there.
like, comfort, comfort, comfort,
Yeah.
and then weed. I'm just eating the whole time.
Yeah, no, I definitely got my, I had a real, like, I know that's such a simple thing that everyone knows, but I'm an idiot and I didn't even think about it until that I'm like, yeah, sometimes I just go to eat because I'm like, I'm stressed or I'm like I've heard the term stress eating before, but I didn't realize it in real time, like straight up. Every time something scary happened in the movie or I got like a little too worried, I'm like, I need to have a chip right now.
Yeah, comfort. You're looking for dopamine and comfort in different ways.
Don't worry, we're almost done.
I kind of find Pinocchio annoying, but I do get why he's the star now.
He's
like to
annoying.
tell this fucking story.
To tell his
Can't just
story.
focus on Jimmy Cricket the whole time, but
Mini cricket.
what this version of Pinocchio has taught me that is if we were gonna redo something, you have to make it so cool and so different that it's actually good. Otherwise, it's shit.
I thought that was actually a pretty good thought when I listened back to it after. If you're gonna redo anything, you have to make it so, like you can't, like so many people they
Of course.
No, but
they
so many-
redo it and they either do it exactly the same and everyone was like, what's the point? Or they do it so different and like shit like Ghostbusters or something, right?
Yeah,
Where
yeah.
it's like, oh, but we're doing all women. And they like honestly, and I did watch Ghostbusters. I'm like, it's fine. It was funny. There's funny parts, whatever. These are great comedic actors. But like, did this have to be made? No. You
Yeah.
could have just made another movie.
I think the moral of my story was don't remake things, reimagine them.
Wow.
You like that?
I do like that.
Yeah. There's 10. Well, I don't even know what comes next, but there's 10 more seconds. Let's see.
When they pull out a gun in this movie to shoot the puppet, I'm like, oh, yeah, this is definitely a reimagined one. This is, I'm sure this wasn't in the original.
Did they pull out a gun and shoot Pinocchio?
Yeah, straight up. I was like,
Yeah, that's not in the cartoon.
oh, did they?
That's
Okay,
funny.
I don't want to spoil the movie for you, but
It's okay. Like I'm
I just
more,
wanna ask one
I'm more
question.
like don't spoil a B movie. I'm more excited to watch
Okay,
that
fair
on
enough.
Shrooms.
No.
But I do want to watch this.
I really hope you do Shrooms by yourself and watch B movie and Pinocchio back
I
to
really
back.
hope you have a fucking life altering. Like I hope you
No, I really just
hit
want.
some rocky times and do shrooms alone. And
I want you to watch B
Fine.
movie and then
Purpose.
Pinocchio back to back the
Okay.
same way and just see how it goes. But
wouldn't
but-
it be funny if you just like hear that I've like committed suicide, they're like, yeah, it was just like B movie and Pinocchio playing. Like I I accidentally watched Pinocchio before B movie and then just kill myself.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that. But do you remember anything about the original Pinocchio?
I hated it.
Wow. I don't remember loving
so I don't
it,
even know if I got all the way through because of how much I hated it. Because when it was a boy movie, there's no female characters, so go fuck yourself. Which is like fine, whatever you guys need. Because like we had princesses, we had so many girl movies. That's fine. You need boy movies, but like I would watch it and I'd be like, "Where's the pretty dress? Like where's the ball?
Right?
What am I looking at? A fucking puppet? A cricket? A mini cricket?
That's funny.
Not even a full size cricket."
Yeah, a gym mini cricket.
So I didn't like that. I didn't like the Pinocchio was like kind of naughty and like it was like and the donkeys and stuff. It was like I didn't like it. It was I don't even remember rough. The donkey thing. It was a rough boy movie for a little girl to watch. I'm like, no. Like if I had Anastasia or Cinderella or Ariel and then they're like, "Do you want to watch this rough boy movie about mud and puppets that are getting turned into donkeys?" I'd be like, "Give me the mermaid."
He gets turned into a donkey? I gotta watch the original. I don't remember it and then I tried to watch the original after I watched Pinocchio.
No,
I got like 10 seconds in the first song. I was already like, I'm out.
Yeah, because like it is like watching an older cartoon on shrooms. You're like, this is rough. Although we watched Aladdin on.
That was great.
Was it on acid? That was hilarious.
Yeah, it was great.
We really enjoyed that.
I don't know if it was
but we were, wasn't it? Oh, it was something. But we were also just like riffing it up and killing ourselves laughing.
Yeah, it was great.
But these are some suggestions if you wanted to watch something else. Encanto is amazing on shrooms.
I've never seen it. Heard it was great.
So good on
that
shrooms.
won an Oscar too. Because then I looked up what else has
good.
won Oscars for animated films because I was trying to think of like. But then I thought that one has too much music in it. I wasn't down for a bunch of music.
But it does. But the music is like it's not like a B movie or Pinocchio. Like we're like into the story. It's a visually you're like holy, because every song is just like bursting in your face of like colors and this and like
I'll give it
so
a chance.
It's insane in the sense of you're just watching it like like you're waiting for the next song, because like the in between you're like okay whatever and then a song comes on and you're like whoa you're like melting into the screen.
The one song the one movie that I liked the music in when I was on the end of an acid trip. I wasn't like in the heat of the moment, but I was like still tripping a little bit, was Coco. Have you seen Coco?
I haven't seen that one.
It's good music. Well, it's like Spanish music. Maybe
yeah,
like
but that's Encanto too. It's Spanish.
So that one, and then another suggestion that somebody gave me for the next trip is I think it's called Rango or something. Johnny Depp. It's basically like Fear and Loathing on Las Vegas for cartoon.
And the Lorax. This is a funny story. One time, I came home. And my ex, so take a shot, had take a shot, stop the clock, and kill yourself, had done the rest of our shrooms. Like, we had a bunch left, and, like, he had done the rest of them. And I remember being, like, thinking he was going to save me some. I, like, got home from working the midnight shift, and I was like, oh, you did them all? And he's like, yeah. And I was like, oh, in my head, I was like, that's too many. But I was like, I'm going to just play it cool because he's
You don't want to stress him out?
Yep. I was like, he's about to go through some stuff. And I was like, okay, cool. And, but he was on the couch and he had just finished watching The Lorax, which it was a recommended. And he's like, yeah, I don't really know what's happening. Like, the internet told me to watch The Lorax, so I watched The Lorax. I was like, cool. So I went into the other room and I was like, okay, I'm going to have to babysit him for a bit. I come back and The Lorax had restarted. I was like, why are you watching The Lorax again? He's like, I don't know how to work the remote anymore. He was like that far gone. He's like, I don't know what's happening. And then he just was like shaking on the couch for the rest of the night. I remember just being like, you're cool. Like, but we turned off The Lorax. I was like, I'm not watching The Lorax, not on shrooms.
Yeah, I never seen The Lorax. But speaking of like not being able to do simple tasks while you're on shrooms, I remember, so one time I hosted a comedy show on shrooms. It was very stressful because every time, like, I think I could do a set, but hosting was like every time somebody had a bad vibe coming off stage, I went up like, I got to get the fuck out of here. Anyways, I was not only did I host it, that I produced that show, so I had to clean up after. And I remember just like the simple task of like picking up the cords and like putting them into like where they're supposed to go. I was like, I said, I know this is a simple task, but I can't do it. Like I just can't imagine myself like grabbing that wire and bringing it. Anyways, it was very
like
stressful.
Me, like occasionally I would have like edible hangover at work at when I worked at LCBO factory, and I'd have to just like stack a pallet, and I'd just be like dying, like laughing, like, oh no, I have to move these boxes over here, and just like just giggling to myself. It was fine.
What,
like,
you'd be on shrooms at work?
No, edible hangover.
Edible hangover.
I wouldn't even be on edibles, but like you get like it was like a high enough edible that the next day at work I'd be like giggling and I'd be like, oh no, like trying to make a pallet.
Yeah, so just be careful when you're doing your drugs.
I was never operating vehicles.
Yeah.
So
me neither. I honestly don't do that. I swear to God. You're looking at me like I do. I don't.
I'm not like you anyway.
Good. And
no, you stayed home. You did not. You did shrooms and you stayed home and you said, "I'm just gonna watch movies," and that's.
And I was so happy I did. I really had a good time, a good think. I was a little bit stressed about somebody coming to my door at one point, and that's the only like real scare.
Yeah, you're like, wouldn't it be? You're like, people knocking on doors now is so crazy. It once like brought us joy, and now it's terrifying. I was like, yeah, this is a Sebastian bit. I'm like, he's done this, and then you looked it up, and you're like, he did it so well.
He did so well. Well, his thing was about company coming over. I wasn't even thinking on that wavelength.
But but he goes into it when someone knocks on the door. You're like, what? Like, what is that?
Yeah. I mean, like, you can't tell me what I was thinking, but yeah.
No, okay, sorry.
I just mean, like, I wasn't on. No, when you said that's a Sebastian bit, I'm like, he has a bit about company coming over. It wasn't what I was thinking about. But at the same time, when I watched his bit, I was like, man, did he fucking nail it about company. Hell yeah. Mm-hmm. And my thought was just, I was just like, if a neighbor in my building just knocked on my door for something or some reason, like, I just wouldn't want to hear from it. Mm-hmm, there's no knock at the door. I wasn't thinking about company. I was thinking about
but that's what I'm saying. It's like company versus just anyone knocking on your door.
No. I watched this bit like right after, and it is about company. It's about before company used to be able to just drop by, and it was like a fun thing. Like we would break out the good drinks. Now it's like if company comes over, they have to call you from the driveway first before even approaching the door. All that, like it's
okay. Then I just was remembering it wrong. I thought he was just going over general, like a knock on the door in general, and how much people hate it.
No, yeah,
it's company now. Okay, I didn't realize the whole thing was about company. I should rewatch it.
yeah,
but I'm glad you enjoyed it.
It's a hell of a bit. Yeah. It's a hell of a bit, and I was also like one of the voice notes that I deleted off my phone because one of the thoughts was that. And then it followed up by you telling me that. And my thing was like, comedy nerds are annoying because it's like, no matter what you say, they can be like, that's somebody else's bit.
And that's
like
me?
You watch so much comedy that it's like that's great for you and everything. But it's like also like, yeah, like you don't even know where I'm going with the thought. And you're already like, you're going to talk about drapes. Well, guess what? Fucking Paul Cristiano already said that. And it's like, who the fuck is Paul Cristiano? And all I said was, I want to move my drapes. And you're like, well, it's been done. It's been done to death.
Okay, I'm just remembering it wrong. So kill me then.
No, but I'm just saying that was another funny thing that I deleted from my phone.
Well, thank you for... Stop it!
And that is where we'll end this episode.
This is good sage. I'll repackage it, I guess. Jam. And that is your name. Your one name.
Yeah.
Just go by Jam Cummins.
I thought about that too. If I had a different last name, I could have done it.
Jam Cummins.
If I had a different last name, I could have just gone by Jam, whatever. But it ain't gonna work with Jam Cummins.
Jam Cummins is not gonna work.
No, I'm not telling my friends to stop calling me Jam Easy. I'm just saying.
I won't. Even if you were,
in comedy, I wouldn't do that. I've never been. When people say, what should I call you? I'm just like, call me whatever you want. Just fucking don't call me late for dinner. You know what I mean? Don't call me late for pancakes.